Okay, so welcome back to another walkthrough, and this one's going to be a nice encounter, which is a helliciously hard boss, but basically what I'm going to do is go over here and touch that pencil right there, and that'll initiate the fight. It says 3 phases. It's technically 4, but the first one is laughably easy, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Now this is actually a voiceover, which is my first voiceover. Usually I record these live, but this one was just too annoying to do it that way. I would expect a lot of pain from this, but you'll get through it. There's not really much to explain here. I mean, this whole part is really simple, and even if you get hit, it does almost no damage. I could actually just tank all of this pretty much, just as a joke. You'll notice that this pencil kind of has a Caesar. That's a reoccurring theme here, so just watch out for that. So green means go, and red means stop, as opposed to the normal blue and orange. You know, it's like a traffic light. It might mess you up at first a little bit, but you'll get used to it. I actually think it's kind of cool. Yeah, but for these parts, you just jump over them, just wait. I mean, self-explanatory. And you can just run past that blaster, you walk right through it. And that's the technically first phase. Alright, so this is phase 1, technically. And it's not so bad. Basically what we're going to do is stay on the left there and just wait until you know it's safe. And for these, you can either wait until they retract, or you can actually jump over the point. Whichever way works for you. Now for this part, you're going to want to really hug the left. I mean, not all the way, but sort of. Anyway, so now you're here, you wait for the red ball, and that safe spot right there, and just keep going where they intersect, and then stopping. Right or left makes almost no difference. I mean, this is literally just a single spinner. There's nothing here. Alright, so you can wait right there before the blast, or you can press it if you want to. Okay, so you're going to want to stand towards the center here and wait until this kind of syncs up so you can go, like that. And you're going to do the same thing again. Now the blaster does not fire that fast. You should be more worried about the pencil, but it's not that hard to time it out. So this part is hard because it kind of caves you in. So you're going to try to get as far in as you can before initially stopping, kind of like I did. Because if you're caught in the middle, you won't really be able to do anything. You'll have to move and stop at the same time. Now this attack is annoying. You're probably going to end up taking some damage here, but you want to wait until that's like on the last twitch it does. It does 3 twitches. And then go, and you'll probably be okay. I personally recommend going on the left here, and you can actually cross over easily, because if you notice, the twitchy pencil is much shorter than the long one, or than the regular one. So you jump over these pencils. You stand still to do this. You don't even need to strafe to the right to do it. Okay, so here you got these red floors, self-explanatory. The green one's less self-explanatory because you can actually stand still on it so long as you aren't jumping. You can jump on it so long as you aren't standing still. This part's a little complicated. You want to go in on the right here, and then you're going to want to circle around on these little gaps you'll see. Like this one, circle around there a little bit, and then there, and then go forward. And don't try to squeeze in between the third gap because you won't fit. Highly recommend going on the right there. If you go on the left, it's much tighter gaps, and just in general, much harder. Alright, so this is where things start kicking up a bit in difficulty. but it's not nearly as bad as the last phase. That phase is hell. You should be at around like Hyper Dust level of skill if you're doing this. I know that's surprising, but I'm honest about that. Okay, so you're gonna start out. I probably like to go on the left. So then you stop, wait for the impaling pencil. You know, self-explanatory. This part's less self-explanatory. You want to go like after the blaster fires so that it doesn't hit you, and just try to dodge the spinner if you can. You might not be able to. I wasn't able to. For this part, it's a lot like the first phase. Pretty self-explanatory. You just stop when the red wall comes. So just squeeze in between these gaps. It's a little tight, but it's nothing too bad. It's not as tight as it looks. Okay, you want to go on the left side, and you're going to want to go like, kind of far left side. So just like, really stick to the left there and take the route I took so that the spinner on the right can't hit you. Because if the spinner on the right starts hitting you, you won't really be able to dodge it. So you can wait here to here if you want. Make sure you wait for this blaster and then go. And this is like a bit of a maze. So you'll have to navigate your way through. It's not hard as long as you take it slow and don't outspeed the spinner. So this part is a little harder. You have to like wrap around it. I wouldn't recommend jumping there. Don't wrap around too close because hitboxes aren't actually that great. But you should be fine if you wrap around it some distance, similar to what you do in Insanity. Okay, so for this part, it's very hard to explain what to do, but after the second twitch, you should go and just tug the right and try to make it through. I don't see any way to no-hit that consistently, but it shouldn't do too much damage as long as you go at the right timing. So for this part, you're going to want to move and jump over these pencils, and it's a bit of a tight jump, but it's fine. I was being a bit of an idiot there, taking damage. Alright, so this part, you're going to want to, like, there's two ways to do this. You can wrap around the pencils like I did, or you can actually jump over them. It's a bit of a tight jump, but it's not like terribly bad. But if you're jumping over them, you probably want to be walking in the opposite direction of where they're firing, so that you can make a farther jump. This part's a bit hard. You're gonna want to go on the left, like really hug the left, and make sure you're just watching where the blasters fire, and focus on the wall, what color the wall is. If you're careful about it, you can make it all the way over here, and the only thing you have to dodge here is the wall, which lets you nicely, calmly get over the impaled pencil there. That last attack is definitely the hardest one in the phase. This part's really bad. You're going to want to go over this. Make sure you don't get hit by the pencil. It does crazy damage, and you go straight through that wall. Don't jump. It only does 14 damage, and you should be fine. Just wait to heal. It's much easier. So you're going to go through this, and it alternates between a green and a red ball, which sometimes can like kind of jam you in a bad spot. What you should know is that the impaling pencils only do like 15 damage, so if you gotta get hit by them, they're not such a bad thing to get hit by. There's also a blaster that fires in the middle there. So as you can see, it's a little bit hard to wait for HP, but it's not so bad. You should tilt your camera forwards for this part, because it spawns those red balls like, kind of randomly, and that can really throw you off, and you probably should expect to take some damage from that. But if you stand right here, and I mean like right here, exactly here, you won't take damage because you'll be between the two spinners. Just try to line yourself up so that you're not taking damage, and you can wait and heal. Okay, so I crossed over to the left side, it's easier. You're going to want to try to jump over both the left and right spinner at once. It's very difficult, and you probably will end up taking damage here. But if you get in the middle, you're going to be, like, if you get over here, you're going to be much more comfortable jumping over both at once. And then you're going to try to do a tight transition over to here. Again, I would actually expect to take a lot of damage. That was really impressive there. So this is the hardest part of the fight. And what you should know is that the twitchy pencils, they twitch 3 times. And you want to like memorize kind of where they stop and the time intervals between them so that you can actually jump over them here. You're going to be slowed down here, and it's really painful. So wait for the side blaster, and you're going to want to carefully jump over this tiny thing. You should not underestimate it. It can do a lot of damage. And wait for a full cycle, and then wait until it twitches, and then start going. And make sure you jump over. Stop here, and wait, and then over the second twitch, you're going to want to go forward, and then jump over it again, because it comes back. And now you're going to want to kind of do the same thing, preferably right here. If you're not past it in time, you should do the same thing there and wait. And that's a lot to explain at once. Probably better without the subtitles. Alright, so you can wait right here. Like I said, you can stand in the green, standing still, it's not an issue. This next part is easy, but the part after isn't. So you're just gonna walk around with the spinner, and it shouldn't be difficult as long as you're careful of the things that fall from the ceiling. And just kind of like squeeze your way in like this. It's a little tight. But here's the hard part, it's that triple spin right there. So you're gonna want to try to do whatever you can to dodge the triple spin and get to the right here. Now, you're probably thinking, why the hell do I want to be on the right? I'm gonna get hit by the side blasters. Now, I don't usually resort to this, but you could actually tank the side blasters. They do 25 damage, and between them, you can heal 33 HP. Unless you're really low in HP, I would recommend healing this way, but it's a great place to rest so that you can prepare for this next attack. The impaling, like, giant pencils that come from the side, they actually do very low damage. If you have to get hit by them, that's okay. But if you get hit by the triple spin, you're kind of gonna die really quickly. So, as you can see, I kind of got hit by the impaling one, so it's fine. Just be patient. It's actually not that hard to jump over the triple spin, as long as you're very calm and confident about it. So maybe even try practicing it beforehand. So now, I'm waiting. I waited for the big blaster because it was like, dark. You can do the same thing here, but I don't think you need to tank the big blast, since you can just jump over the triple spin. Okay, so this is the last hard attack up ahead, and it's not that bad. Just focus on the colored walls and the spinner. That's all there is to this here. And it's going to be a little hard to dodge the spinner at times when the red wall comes in. But just be very careful of your jumps, and you should be able to get through that okay. From here on out, everything's a breeze. Just wait for the blaster here, and then you go forward. Red forward on here, it's fine. And this part's really easy, because, again, you can actually stand still in the green. So, just wait, and don't go when it's, don't go when you can't see, and don't go when the side blast is gonna come. I know I'm going extra slow here, but I just want to be safe, because this is the last attack, and it's extremely easy, and it would just be, like, devastating to actually lose on this attack. So, you know, take your time. This is like a free win. You just have to be patient on this attack. That's all you need to do. But yeah, I understand that I spoke very fast. I played very fast. And it's going to be really hard to actually interpret a lot of what I said. But I tried my hardest. And I think I got through the attacks very well, if nothing else. Yeah. Seriously, this is a hard boss. Don't underestimate the difficulty. It's one of my least favorite ones because of how long it takes to heal and how annoying some of the attacks are.